What's going on, Knucklehead? Shecam Gaming here with a League of Legends Wild Rift video. My first Wild Rift video of hopefully many, right? So I have been playing this game a lot, and as far as mobile games go, this is really fun. I spend a lot of time playing this game. It's nice. I'll put a podcast on in the background, unwind, play a game or two of League. I have a lot of fun playing this. An old school League of Legends player. I used to play all the time on the computer. Like, it was an all-encompassing, very addicting game. My friends and I were heavy into League back in my college days. And then I saw Nooch and Matt started playing this game called Wild Rift, and I thought they were just playing regular League. Turns out it's a new mobile version, and I tried it out. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's very relaxing and fun, and it's also can be intense. I've played with Matt and Nooch a little bit. I think I was back on one of Nooch's videos he did with Matt, and I joined in. I said, hey, I've been putting this off for way too long. I'm going to start doing some Wild Rift videos. So I want to take a look at a match I did, right, with my boy Teemo. And this was probably one of the better matches I've ever had with him. It was 10, 5, and 11. More deaths than I'd like. But the thing with Teemo is he's super, super squishy, so he's very easy to kill. We had some really cool kills. We dominated in lane with him, which is very important to do. So I'm just going to do like a little bit of an intro vid, just so you guys can kind of get the gist of what's going on with League of Legends Wild Rift if you haven't played it yet. If you've played it, hey, feel free to jump in and critique my playing, right? So I'm going to watch this match replay right over here. So our team, I played top lane with Teemo. I had a Graves in the jungle, which is kind of an odd thing to do. Garen, I think, was bottom with Lux. This was just a weird game. So usually there's a duo in the bottom. And so I started off lane alone, right, against Darius. I'm just poking him. All of a sudden, Lux shows up. So now I've got this Lux in lane with me, and I'm out farming this Darius by a lot, giving him a lot of poke. So poke is where a range character just hit you with a little range attack and then kind of kites back just to give you that little bit of damage, just to set up a future kill down the line. So I'm getting a lot of my farm. He comes anywhere near the minions, I'm going to hit him. He keeps trying to hook us in. I basically run up to him, tower dive, and get first blood. So I did take some damage to do that, but honestly, first blood is always a great thing to get. My gold is looking super solid right now. At this point, I have 1,500 gold, and we're only about a minute into the game. So I'm heavily leading my team. I'm leading the game in gold at this point. And it wasn't just the kill, because you only get like 300 gold for a kill. I was just farming really, really well. I was getting last hits on all the creeps. So the creeps are like the little minions, and a last hit is when it's just about to die, you get that last hit to get the full gold from it. So that's something that you really want to be doing. And then I saw my jungler get picked off, and I said, oh, you know what? I'm going to go after their jungler. And bam, poisoned her, and she's down. So Teemo is a cool champion. He has a passive which does basically like poison. He shoots darts, right? He's a little cute Yordle. He shoots little darts, and they do poison damage over time. He also has a blinding dart that he can use to blind his enemies so they can't basic attack him, which is really, really great. He's got a little bit of like a tuck and roll kind of speed burst type thing, and bam, just set up another kill. I'm on a killing spree at this point, and now I have red buff, which is going to help me regain some health and do a little bit of extra damage. Never a bad thing. And he also has the ability, which is really cool, to turn invisible. Right, so he can turn himself invisible even while moving and really set up awesome plays. Now, when I used to play Teemo back in the day, my friends hated me, because even though I was a pretty good Teemo player, he just doesn't have a good late game, right? But they reworked his kit since the old days of League of Legends. And I actually think this kit not only works better for laning, right? That ability to just turn invisible at will is really nice. I think with the mushrooms and everything, he actually is really good late game. You'll see he has his ultimate. He plants these poisonous mushrooms, which not only poison enemies, it slows them down. So here, I really went balls to the wall to try to get Darius, but the creeps kind of took me down on top of the giant turret dive damage. And this is my fault here. Lux tries to save me, and Yasuo kills me. So that was my first death. I got shut down. All right, so now I'm 3-1. And that was honestly my own fault. I got overzealous and greedy trying to go for that extra kill on Darius. So we'll fast forward a little bit to try to get to something a little more exciting. We're back in lane and just poking down Darius more and more and more. This Darius player is not very good. He's trying to engage me. But once I hit him with a blinding dart, he has like 3 seconds where he can't do any damage to me. And I'm just getting attack. And I can kite him with it. It's just, Teemo's really, really tough to lane against. I started off in this game, I kept getting support for ranked. So I was like, I finally unlocked my first character like that I use the in-game currency for. And I went with Teemo instead of Leona. Leona was my main. I used to support Leona in the olden days. I said, you know what, let me give Teemo a try. So I actually got the assist there. Lux took the kill, which I'm fine with sharing the gold and giving Lux the kill there. So I said, let me try Teemo, and I was playing him support and doing really, really well. But I wasn't, because I was support, I was giving the kills to the ADC like you're supposed to, and I was letting the ADC farm and get last hit, and he's kind of splitting farm. A solo lane, like a mid or a top, Teemo's getting way more gold, he's building way faster, and he can dominate, especially in top lane. Top lane, people like to play big melee bruisers that have a hard time with this little ranged ranger, right? So I do like top range. I also like him for mid, where he's facing up against other ranged mage types. A little bit of a tougher matchup in mid, but he does pretty well in mid, so I don't mind having mid. And the one thing I really like about him top, and even as support in the bottom, is those mushrooms. Super, another kill there. But he took me down, and the poison over time took Darius down. So that's what I like. I did a little bit of a trade there. Probably shouldn't have done that trade, or should have been a little more cautious about how I was maneuvering around. So I wasn't too happy about that. But again, so you saw how those mushrooms were set up, basically protecting me from what's called a gank. A gank is where the jungler comes through and flanks. So I'm back in lane, right? I'm farming. I'm setting up my mushroom protection, right? Just building my gold, right? And right now I'm only 4-2. Take down the first turret, which is great. And I say, you know what? Let me keep pushing. So I'm pushing. I'm going to throw some mushrooms down, grab some mana, running through the jungle. My Graves is in there. I kind of accidentally go after the Rift Herald. I really wanted to just kill the Scuttler. I let my team go after that and take out Darius also. So I took out Darius again. Sorry to fast forward that for you, but I don't want the video to be super long. So I took out the Darius. Let me see if I can rewind that. No, I don't know how to do that. I'm not there yet. So I took out Darius again, and he was creeping around lane. And now I'm back. And we're getting a team fight. Took out Ashe. Gonna kind of go after this Blitzcrank. Blind. And I fall to Yasuo again. I did get the Blitzcrank kill. So that's not too bad. But I wish I could rewind this. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what I'm doing. No clue what I'm doing. So now I'm dead. Which stinks, because in this game, the later in the game you die, the longer you have to wait to respawn, which is a bummer. So we're about to be at the 10-minute mark. I've already got my Lichbane and Nashor's Tooth, two really, really great items, especially for Teemo. I've got my second tier of my boots, which will help me with get some lifesteal and stuff. And now the Ahri, the little foxtail girl, is come down to help me push out bottom lane. I'm setting up some gank protection, which basically Teemo sets up like a minefield. And I say, you know what? Let's turn invisible and go right after Darius. I kind of tried to kite him, thinking that he's been pretty stupid coming after me. And bam, I get an assist on that. Ahri gets the kill. Again, I don't need to get every single kill, especially with Teemo. But It's looking pretty good. Do I get her? No, I did not get her. So we start pushing out mid a little bit. I see there's a little bit going on up top. Nothing that I really want to put my attention towards. I kind of want to just push out this mid. So I'm going to set up a little minefield of shrooms out here, which the Yasuo falls right into my trap, jumps in there, and tries to get me. I'm gonna keep blinding him, keep poisoning him, and almost have him till this, I forget this chick's name. She comes after me. I'm basically hitting the dip on this with Teemo. The Ahri is got my back. And here comes the cavalry. I'll throw down a mushroom for them. And it looks like the Darius went right through that. And, oh no, he avoided it. But they did get the Yasuo. I am going to go back to base, however, because, like I said, Teemo is super squishy, super easy to kill. And now I get my Hourglass, which I don't even think I utilized it maybe once in this battle, right? Which basically something that gives you like a stasis where you can, you pause, you freeze, you're invulnerable, but you can't move. And it kind of gives your team a chance to come in and peel for you. So now I'm going to head top. Throw down some shrooms, try to protect this turret. And Garen looks like he set up the gank coming out of there. And we're going right after Ashe, the ADC. So ADCs are damage doers. You want to try to focus them down because they're the ones who are really going to do a lot of damage in team fights. Blitzcrank is a support. So while he does do a lot of things to set up and crowd control, you want to try to save him for last to take him out because supports tend to usually be tanks that are a little tankier. Unless they're mage supports, in which case maybe you want to take them out, but they don't have the gold. So now I see Darius and I say, do I really want to fight him again? I don't know. Because I don't know what's lurking around the corner. And good thing I didn't engage that Darius because Yasuo was right there. But he walked into my trap. Again, I actually stasised myself, right, with that Hourglass. So that's what I was talking about. It's great for, hey, you're going to come after me? Well, I know that I know where my team is from the mini-map. So I'm going to stasis myself. And here comes Graves to just blow you in the face with his shotgun. We're coming back out. Darius falls to me again. He's got to be cursing the name of Teemo, right? Teemo is public enemy number 1. I'm sure he'll be telling his kids about it. And now it's time to go for a dragon. We could speed this up a little bit. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, she's back. And she gets Graves, right? So they try the one-person gank on Teemo and Graves. But I'm just going to keep throwing mushrooms down so that if anybody... That's why I'm really like... Teemo is very much like map control with those mushrooms. Like, we're going to fight, right, on my terms where I want to fight. We're pushing this lane. Everything around this lane is going to be shroomed up. You're not going to gank us. If you're going to take us in a lane we're in, you're going to have to take us head on because you're not getting us straight up. So I like to use my speed burst right out of there. I've got blue buff, which is nice, and I'm heading back to my lane where stuff seems like it's going down. Now, I see Garen there hiding, so I'm going to set up shrooms. He's going to engage. I'm invisible, and bam, we get a little bit of poke on Ashe. He gets the final hit. Again, not that big a deal. I've got 8 kills, 7 assists, right? I'm okay with racking up assists and the even stronger characters getting fed. Because Teemo is strong, but I farmed really well. I'm leading the team in gold. Let's have a good team, not just a good Teemo, right? So they decide to go straight. I turn invisible, peel off to the side. Not sure if I really want to take on Yasuo or not. Just gonna throw down shrooms for safety. Again, I don't see my team around. Teemo is not going to 2v1 anybody in this game. Sorry, it's not happening. And let's fast forward a little bit. Not much going on here. Little bit going on around Baron. Didn't see too much. And we're heading back up the middle. Yasuo is getting rocked. And I think, hey, it's time for me to get involved in this battle. I got a mushroom down. But looks like we're going to retreat, which I wish they didn't. Because I'm really strong at this point, right? I've got my Lich Bane. I've got my Nashor's Tooth. Lich Bane does that extra bonus damage And Gnasher's Tooth gives me attack speed to get more poison darts off. Unfortunately, the poison doesn't stack, right? So once you get a poison on someone, they're just poisoned. You don't get like 10 stacks of poison for getting 10 attacks off. Would be pretty sick if they could. So they're chasing Ari. I'm like, all right, I'm trying to set up an invisible flank. That's not it. You know, you got to think some players are pretty smart and they know what's going on with Teemo. But I'm also thinking, hey, maybe I should go back to base and get myself a new item. In which case, I'm going my Rabadon's Death Cap and a Blasting Rod. Rabadon's gives you 130 ability power, so it's going to make me really, really hit hard, especially with those blinding darts and those mushrooms. So again, Teemo, all about map control, crowd control, whatever you want to say. Just a really, he's like a Swiss Army kid. And so a lot of people didn't like Teemo. I don't know how people feel about him with his rework from his original thing in League. His passive used to be, his W, it was called, his first ability, used to be the poison passive. And then he used to, if you're standing still, turn invisible. I like this because he can move around invisible way more. I think it adds a little more to his versatility. But he's super easy to play, right? There's no skill shots. It's all basically point and drag, right? Click where you wanna hit. So I do play Jinx a lot in this game as well. Probably more. I have way more games with Jinx because I just unlocked Teemo, and I'm pretty solid with Jinx. I'll do a Jinx video also, but Teemo's just I think he's easier to use because Jinx has skill shots and stuff that make things a little. There's more of a miss chance, and especially when it comes to playing a MOBA on an iPad, you're gonna mess up, especially in those high intensity moments. So we're playing, just chilling right now, waiting for something to happen. They're calling for Dragon, and I head over there, right? And there's a team fight. Teemo is a marksman, so you don't want him in the midst of the team fight. You want him coming in, throwing a blinding dart at the attackers, right? Getting that passive damage going. Bam, a double kill right there. I got Yasuo, I got Ashe, right? So notice, I wasn't focusing the bruisers. I'm trying to focus down the ADCs, right? Or basically the people who are doing the damage are the people that you want to take care of because they're going to be easier to kill, right? So while this Darius, I killed him a lot because I was in lane with him. If it was between Darius and Ashe, I'm going to focus down Ashe. Darius is a tanky character, right? So now I'm just chilling. I'm really hoping to set up Darius again, but doesn't look like it's happening. And bam, I tower dive. So that's the story of this this match for me. I tower dived and survived a lot. I go back. I got another item, right, upgraded. So I'm pretty much good to go. I'm planting mushrooms all throughout the jungle to give the best of my ability, support my team just in case they want to try to team fight. And here I make a very bad mistake. I start split pushing. I say, I'm going to take top all by myself. And because their team was down bottom. So I start, oh my God, I got this. Their entire team shows up. And I'm dead. I had no escape there. So that kind of sucked. Check out what Ari's doing while I'm waiting. So I got almost a minute to wait. Right, but luckily my team has got a 10 kill lead. We're doing really, really well. Things are going all right. Right? We've pushed down to basically their inhibitor turrets, and I say armed and ready and head back out to the top lane where team fighting occurs, and I get killed again. So that is why I had 5 deaths. And 2 of them came like right at the very end of the game. Basically, I got, as I tend to do with Teemo, I got a little fed and a little cocky and thought, hey, I can do this. But now I'm back. I told my team, I said, we have to group, right? So we group up. Now we're literally fighting on my minefield, pushing them back. They know if they come at us, they're going to get poison mushroomed. We take down the turret. It's time to take down more of them. Right here, I'm just picking up assist and stuff. We're pushing on the inhibitor turret on the Nexus. I say, I'm just gonna go for more assist and kills here. I get my 10th assist. I throw down a mushroom. And I say, let's start going for this. It's a little weird because we didn't take down the middle one. I'm like, am I gonna die right now? We ace, so that means we killed all of them. But of course, right after the ace, Darius comes back. And nothing says Darius like I just killed you again, even though I didn't get the kill. Whatever. Graves is going. I'm just kind of going around making sure everything is okay. And my team has taken care of the Nexus. Let's go. And that's my match. That was my Teemo. Right? So I do play a pretty good Teemo. I did not get the MVP of the match, which made no sense to me. I had the most kills. I had a lot of assists. Right? Now, the Graves had more gold than me. So they do factor that in. He did end up finishing with more gold than me. But I felt like I should have had MVP on that. But, you know, it is what it is. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this. I'd love to do more just like, hey, come chill out, watch a match. I'm going to do some guides on League of Legends too. If you guys are interested, let me know by smashing that like button, hitting that subscribe button, dinging that bell for some notifications. And as always, remember to knuckle up.